Hello and welcome. I'm Jan Marini, the founder of Jan Marini Skin Research. I'm here with McKala Adkisson, who has the distinction of having been named Esthetician of the Year for Massage Envy. Now, that is quite an award because there are nearly 1,200 Massage Envy locations, thousands of estheticians. McKala, welcome.
Hello.
You actually won a trip to Northern California, which is why you're here at the
Yes.
conference. Tell me a little bit about your itinerary.
Today we're here in San Jose, and then we're going to drive down to Monterey this afternoon. Have a free day tomorrow. Just going to sightsee and hopefully visit a couple of different places. And I love Big Little Lies, so we're going to try to find some of those places as well.
And I'm going to be doing McKalas Consultation, but first, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee, outside of the Knoxville area. A little bitty rural community. We have a lot of mountains. It's a wonderful place. And I'm a single mom to a little girl, so that's definitely a huge motivator. But just, I love helping people, being able to help them put their best face forward and just doing everything to help people. But just, I have a huge motivation just with support system, family, and friends. That's awesome.
Well, that is so nice to hear. And it's such a pleasure to have you here. This is going to be like sort of like Queen for a day for McKala. What we're doing today, because really McKala really has beautiful skin, is that we're just fine tuning. So we're going to fine tune and add some things in. Okay, so let's get started. If there was something you could change or improve about your skin, what would it be?
So definitely get like some hormonal breakouts around the chin area. And then I used to spend a lot of time in the tanning bed, believe it or not, as much of a skin junkie as I am.
Okay, so one thing I want to say, not to rub it in, but I hear people say all the time when they were in their 20s, maybe late 20s, even early 30s, they're like, well, I just thought my skin would never change. And then all of a sudden, you start seeing these little issues come up. But there is hope. That's what we're going to talk about. What else would you like to change or improve?
Sleep is obviously a sacred thing in my life. I don't get as much of it as I should. So I can see, just especially in the last year or two, some darker circles, some wrinkles starting to form around my eyes, and that's definitely something I want to not ever have. So.
Okay, and how would you categorize your skin? Do you think it's more normal, combo, dry?
It's more normal. I do occasionally get an oily T-zone, especially seasonally and stuff too, but just in the forehead and nose area.
When you do get a little bit oily on the nose and the forehead, is it something where you really have to blot a lot, or is it just slightly?
Just slightly.
Okay, let's talk about what you use on your skin currently.
So I'm currently using the management system.
Okay, so McKala, I know this is a little self-serving, but I want to ask you, what changes have you seen in your skin since you started using the system?
It has been just a really dramatic difference. Before I would use different stuff, medical grade products even, and it was just I could never really see that change. My skin would still look really healthy, but I just couldn't get that glow, I think, what I was looking for. So really just within a couple of weeks of using the management system, I had a lot more compliments on my skin, and just that, and a lot of times if I'm really dehydrated, I'll get some of those fine lines on my 11s and stuff, and that's really helped with those as well. So definitely just really luminous, and my breakouts have definitely went down a lot as well.
And so you're using all 5 of the products?
Yes.
So that would be the Bioglycolic Facial Cleanser, Siesta Serum, the BioClear Lotion, because you're using the normal combo system, correct? The Transformation Cream, and the SPF 33.
Yes.
Okay. And are you using anything else during the day besides the system?
I use the Age Intervention Retinol at night, and then I also have the Hollow Lip that I'm using as well.
Okay, and that's day and night, the Hollow Lips?
Yes. And then I have one of the pumpkin holiday scrubs that you guys offer as well.
Okay.
That I use as well, usually 1 to 2 times a week.
It smells really good, doesn't it?
Oh, I love that stuff.
What was your skin like as a teenager?
Occasional breakouts, really just all over. I definitely just used a Mod Podge of products when I was a teenager.
So, here's what we're gonna do. You can probably guess this already, but McKala's gonna stay on the skincare management system. We're not gonna take her off of it.
That's good. I like that system, so.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in the
Luminate
eye gel. Dark circles, I don't want to forget about that.
Mm-hmm.
Dark circles are hereditary.
Yes,
and
I know. So
people,
frustrating.
well, people used to say to me, what can I do for my dark circles? And I'd be sarcastic and I'd say, pick your parents. Now, there are things that you can do for dark circles. Even if you don't have dark circles, as you get older and that collagen layer gets thinner, the eye area just isn't as bright and luminous. And this is one of my favorite products. Okay. I want to talk a little bit about the hormonal breakouts.
Okay.
So Duality is a dual chamber, and this is for acne, and it's specifically directed at adult female acne because it de-ages the skin and addresses the breakouts at the same time. So one chamber is benzoyl peroxide, but this is a very special benzoyl peroxide. It's actually a smaller micron size. It goes into the skin a lot quicker. It works a lot faster, and it doesn't dry the skin, because I know what people are thinking. Benzoyl peroxide is a teenage medication and it dries out my skin. This was actually tested in Alberta, Canada, in weather 20 degrees below zero by Dr. Jaggi Rao, who is a board-certified dermatologist in Canada and in the US. In the study that he did, the patient's skin was more hydrated after the use of this product than before.
That's crazy.
Yeah, when you think about it with benzoyl peroxide, that's totally unexpected. So what we want to do is we want to prevent any breakouts. And to do that, you use it every single day. And I will tell you, if you miss a day, it may be a week, maybe 2 weeks, you will break out. Some people it's just a day or two. Now, to give you an example, you've heard me say this before, but I come from having severe cystic acne when I was 19. I'm a 2-time Accutane failure.
Wow.
Now, I never break out. My skin is always clear, and I use benzoyl peroxide, in particular Duality, every single night. Okay. And I never break out, and my skin is not dry. So that's what I would recommend for you is the Duality. Also, what I'm going to give you is something called Cleanness and Skinzyme. Now, this is something I believe you work with in the back bar.
Yes.
I'm giving you home care size.
Awesome.
Now, Cleanness and Skinzyme is what is known as a proteolytic enzyme. And this is something that McKala can do once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. I actually do it every single night.
Okay.
Because it can only go after dead and diseased tissue. It can't hurt normal living tissue. Now, when you use a scrub, unless the scrub actually dissolves while you're using it, like our Christmas exfoliator, it doesn't know the difference between the live skin and the dead skin. Cleanness and Skinzyme is so gentle but so thorough that we have physicians who use it as soon as 3 or 4 days after laser resurfacing, when the skin is kind of dry and peely. And it gets rid of all of that dryness. It digests it, but it doesn't hurt the new skin and the skin that has been recently ablated. So it's incredibly gentle, and it's instant gratification because it makes your skin look like glass.
And it smells so good too.
It does. It does smell good. Okay, so we're going to do Cleanness and Skinzyme. And the Cellulite TX. Have you used that one?
I have not. Would that help at all with stretch marks?
Well, stretch marks are actually a tear.
Okay.
Now, if you have a stretch mark that's less than 2 years old, it hasn't really set in yet, and that's when you can actually make a difference. Now, once a stretch mark is set in, and usually at that point it turns white, there's not a lot you can do. Now, there's some lasers and things like that you can do today. But I'm going to say about almost literally 100% of all females will have a cellulite at some point in their life.
Yeah, I've got some for sure.
So this is really a spectacular product, so we're going to add that in. Any questions?
I don't think so. Thank you so much.
Oh gosh, it's my pleasure. It is an honor to have you here. It's a pleasure to speak with you.
Well, thank you guys all so much for having us here. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for tuning in, and please subscribe. We're going to have some very interesting segments coming up. Thank you. Bye.